Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monday night, and you know what that means? It's Stereo Joe time. If you didn't notice, I'm a little bit late tonight. Not my fault. We had a really important band practice tonight because we have an absolutely killer show coming up this Thursday at Hoover's and Morris Plains. Not to mention, we got a bunch of new songs out on Spotify right now. That's Stereo J-O. Go check us out so much. We got an awesome show for you tonight, and I am so excited. Everyone knows last Monday there was like craziness on Facebook. So we had to take the night off, but we rescheduled for tonight. So we are so excited to be back. And of course, we're going to be back next Monday as well. But let's get to the show. Tonight, we got Bubba McMichael on, coming all the way from Virginia. He's in a band called Red Rain. They're heavy. They're hard. I think you're going to like them. We're definitely going to talk to them. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. So we'll be talking to Bubba first. Then, I lied. We're talking to Grant first. But we're talking to Bubba later. But anyway, next up, we got Mark Tavoletto. He plays bass, guitar, he sings. He actually has been gigging with Stereo Joe a lot lately. He was actually on our old recording, so we're going to be talking to him. Can't wait to get him in the studio and talking to him. Then, first up, who I'm saying third, I don't know why, we got Grant Wagner. He sings, he plays a bunch of different instruments, and you're going to have to stick around just a few more minutes to find out which ones. I can't wait. Then, after that, we got singer Lily Rose. She's been on the show a bunch before. She's an awesome girl. She's going to be performing as well. So we're excited to be talking to her again and see what she's been up to. And then, last but not least, we got an actor, composer, musician extraordinaire. His name is Walter Parks. He's been doing a lot of interesting things. We're going to be talking to him at the end. Of course, from one of Remy's connections. I don't know how she does it. But first up, we're going to our music of the night to get it kicked off. This is Regina Sales, who is actually going to be a guest next Monday. So we'll see you in a second.
1, 2, 1, 2. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? I think that's how I wrote the line. Something, something but me. Oh, Miss Houston, can you tell me what this means? Here she comes, I'll sound a fool, to be or not to be. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways. I will know the greatness you have known. I won't spend my summer nights alone. Do I count the clock that tells me the time? Summer's coming fast, and I still don't know the rhyme. Pretty sure she doesn't know that I exist, but the words all sound so perfect when they're coming off her lips. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways. And I will know the greatness you have known. And I won't spend my summer nights alone. Distressed with fortune and men's eyes, I think I might be getting this, but what about the guys? Drinking beer all night and I'm singing like a lark. They would never understand, I'll have to keep them in the dark. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways. And I will know the greatness you have known. I won't spend my summer nights alone. So many a glorious morning have I seen. I must have said something right. You're waking next to me. This poetry's confusing when it's at its best. But now you know my story, and I think you know the rest. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways. Now I know the greatness yes, you have known. I will spend my summer night.
All right, I was just off screen doing the Irish jig. I was dancing like crazy. Anyway, that was Regina Sales. I love that. Man, I want a violin player. What the heck? All right, let me get Nick on. He's back there. He was just eating something. I saw him. He was like looked like a chicken or something. I don't know. Let's ask him.
It was a full chicken, and you got me just in time. I was all messy. It was all in the beard. It was hanging out. Got clean just in time.
What everyone doesn't know is it was alive. He literally get the head off. No, actually, I just saw this video today. It was like an sea lion, and he was chilling in the water, and people were throwing him food. And this seagull came in, dived in, stole his food. Yo, he bit the seagull, drug it underwater, came up, whipped it around like a dog would, and its body threw off, and the head was in its mouth.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. Lesson learned. Don't mess with sea lion's food. I learned a very important lesson. But Nick, I know you got something to tell us.
People approach me on the street. They say, how did the beard get so nice? How does it stay so long? Tell them it doesn't need to be a struggle if you also partner with the beard struggle. They've got products for beards of all sizes and shapes and any occasion that you need. They've got you covered, whether you need balm, brushes, oils, anything, they've got you. If you're thinking, that's a lot of products and it might be a lot of money, we've got you covered, because if you want 15% off, use the code StereoJO at checkout. And not only will they give you 15% off, if you happen to spend $40 or more, they'll actually also ship it anywhere in the US for FREE. And who doesn't like free shipping? You know, and those make great products for anybody, even if they don't have a beard.
I'm just kidding. The bearded struggle. I love it. It's how Nick keeps his beard. So it's actually no joke. I was in his car the other day and he had like this weird roller thing. I was like, bro, what the hell is that? He's like, oh, no, it's for the, it's like all the science shit. I don't know. All right. Listen, I see my friend in the background, Remy. I see you laughing at me.
Yeah, I want to know more about this container of stuff that Nick has in his car.
Let's just say there was a lot of creams in there.
Uh-oh. What are you doing in that car, Nick?
It wasn't sticky, I promise.
I don't know. How are you guys doing?
So what did you guys do last Monday after the show was canceled?
Cried.
Me too.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured. Well, we're lucky that a bunch of the hey, what's up, Ruben? Hey, Mateo. We're so lucky that a bunch of the guests got to reschedule for this week. So thank you guys so much for that. And I want to tell everyone, now is the time to invite people to this live stream right now. Please put it on your page, share it, invite some people out, get our guests as many people as watching as we can. So anyway, we have Alyssa's reviews coming up in a minute. Let's see if she's reviewing the Stereo Joe album. Let's bring her on. Are we reviewing Stereo Joe tonight?
Unfortunately, we are not. I'm sorry.
Now we're gonna cry again 2 weeks in a row.
That band sucks, by the way. No,
full
Terrible
review.
band. Terrible band.
Hey,
Yeah, I
tell
heard
them what
that
you said
the
about my
vocalist
shirt.
wears yeah, I was gonna say I heard that the vocalist looks like a salmon tonight.
Ooh.
Burn.
Hey, speaking of salmon, did anyone ever see that movie Slammin' Salmon?
No.
It's from the same
Sounds
dude
like a
that
really
made
bad
Super
porno.
Troopers.
Alyssa's on fire tonight. Good.
Good. She's doing a joke segment later. It's all about me. I can't
The
wait.
roast.
Comedy hour.
Exactly.
Second half of the show.
It better be the roast of Michael Scott, not Jimmy James.
Eh.
But all right, Nick, we're Vikingless. Oh my God, I feel so bad. All right, Rem, we got to get out of here too. It's time
Alrighty.
for Alyssa's review.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Alyssa Mattia. This is another segment of music reviews. This week, I have an artist. His name is called Ian Leol. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. And this is going to be for one of his newer songs called Move. A little backstory on him. He's a music video director, recording artist, and highly acclaimed producer based out of the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. His hit single Type has received praise from a number of media channels, and he's gained a lot of traction on Spotify. One of his singles, Call Now, was released last year. And at the time I wrote the review, it had 114,477 streams, which was making it his most listened to song on the platform. So as kind of an emerging artist, that is really awesome to have that much traction on Spotify. His sound is a very fresh take on hip hop. It blends percussion and trap, and it really creates a melodic, soulful, and sensual sound that is all his own. One of his newest songs, Move, is seductive, upbeat. It has a very catchy hook that is definitely sure to have you moving. I listened to the song a bunch of times already, and I really enjoyed it. I think the mix in like R&B and pop genres really showcases the diversity of his music. His entire discography features like dark, moody, dance hall, reggae, seductive, and upbeat songs that really confirm his talent, and it showcases, like I said, his diversity, so that he can, do a bunch of different genres and make it all sound great. He has a new song out called Henny and Emotions, and I think he's definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of like Drake or The Party Next Door and WizKid. And with that, this was a segment of music reviews with me, Alyssa Mattia.
I just want to say, this is Alyssa Mattia, and I am here reviewing the new Stereo Joe album. Those guys are just so amazing. I absolutely love them. Everyone, go to Spotify right now and type in Stereo Joe. All right, guys.
Okay, no.
It's not Alyssa. All right, I got to change my name back.
He literally had
Oh
me
my
dying back here. I think I choked a
Yeah,
little bit.
That's great. He got my hair color wrong. A little sad.
If you're gonna go, you gotta at least match the hair color. I think he was looking more like me,
I know.
honestly.
Yeah. There
Yo,
you go.
I will have the hair back. You know what? I didn't have a brown. I'll be right back. No, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm so excited. We got Grant up first. Nick, what do you know about Grant?
Grant, he's out of Pennsylvania from the Napa Valley, actually right around the area that we were this past weekend. And he hosts an open mic. He plays guitar. He sings. He plays a bunch of instruments. And I think he's even going to play a song tonight that you might like.
Are we getting him in the band, bro? No, we'll see. Bro, no pressure, but will you join the band? All right, Alyssa's joining. She's going to be our PR person, making fun of me the whole time.
I could
It's
also
gonna be
play
great.
tambourine too.
Yo,
Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Never need
No,
someone.
we have a show this
Guys,
Thursday.
Every episode, Alyssa is going to be here reviewing music. She works for something called Indie Band Guru, and she is reviewing music all the time. If you're ever interested in maybe getting your stuff reviewed or getting a feature on the show, definitely hit up Alyssa or Nick or me, but I'm the worst at getting back to you. But anyway, all right, I'm going to bring back Remy real quick. She's going to tell us a little story.
I'm gonna what?
You're going to tell us a little story.
A
Go.
little story about what? What do you want to know about?
About the Steelers winning.
Yeah, I mean we're at least 2-3 now. It's still pretty shitty, and I'm not feeling too confident. But
Hey,
Better than nothing.
me.
why?
Better
How are
than
the
me.
Dolphins?
So bad. Yesterday, my brother sends me a snap. He's at the game rooting for Tampa, those sons of a guns. But anyway, all right,
You
guys.
called it.
I know. He literally was at the game, like not too far from the field, and he's like sending me snaps. I'm like, bro. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to Grant early. He's been patiently waiting back there. I'll come back to all you in a minute. Alyssa, we love you. Thank you so much. Did you like my invitation?
Yes. Sure, it was good.
Yeah. Next week, Alyssa's going to be me. She's going to be hosting. I can't wait. All right. Thanks for coming. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Peace. All right, guys. You know what time it is. It is time for Grant Wagner. He plays a bunch of different instruments. We're going to find out which ones right now. Please welcome to the show, Grant.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
What's up, bro?
It's good to be here.
Yo, I am so excited to have you on. I'm so sad I didn't get a chance to talk to you during sound check because that's when I usually like to, try to get to know everybody and everything. But, so you're up there in PA. We were just there. Did you grow up there?
Yeah, I grew up here in the Poconos. My roots.
Born and raised.
Well, not born, but raised. Spent most of my life here. Close enough. Up here in the mountains.
And now you host an open mic. You play a bunch of different instruments. Tell us a little bit about them.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, that's pretty true. I do host an open mic every Friday at the Lakeside in Salisbury, bringing that back. 6:30 to 9:30. You don't want to miss that. It's a good time. We bring the drum kit out, the full band, so have some cool jams going there. And I do play multiple instruments there as well. My main thing is guitar. I have it here. You can't really miss it. And then I do groove on bass, and I always have a drummer back there with me. So pretty full house on a Friday night up at the lakeside.
Yeah, I'm going to say, too, a Friday night is a really cool night for an open mic. So I'm definitely going to have to make my way up there at some point. But anyway, real quick, tell us about your music. What kind of artist are you, and what are you about?
Oh man, it's humbling. It's humbling to be called an artist, but no, I'm mostly fancying myself just a guitar player. A lot of the stuff I play is pretty blues inspired. Maybe there's a touch of jazz, but bar music, I call it just variety, blues-ish, rockish. If someone's drinking, they might happen to like it. That kind of thing.
Yeah, the alcohol always helps the music. I even start liking songs that I have no business liking, and I'm like, yeah, I see why the people like this song now. Next thing you know, I'm like rapping or something. It gets out of but anyway. So now, do you write songs?
No, not really. I'm more of a musician. I'm not quite a lyricist. Now I do play in an original band, but someone else does the lyrics. But I play with a local group called Sick Whiskey. We're a rock trio. I actually play bass in that group.
Cool.
But yeah, it's kind of like the one guy who writes considers it to be psychedelic blues, but whatever you want to call it, it's pretty rockin', 3-piece, American rock and roll kind of thing.
Yeah, psychedelic blues. That's right up my alley. Put a little delay pedal on. I love it, man. All right, let's bring in Nick the Viking here real quick. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Grant, it's good to see you again.
Yes, it is.
So being that you're a musician from the Napa Valley, and that we're a band that's coming out from Jersey headed towards that area, what are some venues in the area that bands that are coming up on the rise should check out?
I actually live up more toward the Poconos, so that's more my stomping ground, up toward the Strasburg area. But like I said, the lakeside, we have open mic every Friday, and then it's pretty rocking on Saturday evenings. They have a scheduled band to play there. I mean, there's music up and down Main Street every night of the week. Take your pick, any bar you want to go to. There's going to be some jamming there, so definitely check it out up in Strasburg.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I noticed that in addition to just being a musician, you also do sound and lighting as well. Is that true?
Yes, that's very true. I'm actually starting a sound and lighting promotional look. There's nothing in there. It's just for just for marketing. But I have stickers, so it's official. But yeah, I have a sound and lighting rig. Yep.
Oh, nice. That's very interesting. So when you're working a show doing sounding and lighting, how does that differ from actually playing one? Like, what goes through your mind when you're running that portion of it? And do you have any certain tricks you kind of do, or like, how do you determine what patterns and colors you do? Because I feel like that's a lot that goes into it.
That's a good question. Patterns and colors as far as lighting goes, and I try to get as creative as possible. But with lighting, there's really only 3 colors, and it's red, green, and blue. And if you think too hard about it, you're just going down a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. So whatever colors, it's just, I set it in a sequence. So it's red, green, and blue in that order over and over and over, and just no one is at that point. But there's not a whole lot of creativity when it comes to lighting. Sorry to say. Now, how does it differ from performing and running sound like you're...
Oh, we're getting a little latency there, a little breakup. Nick, did he freeze for you too?
Yeah, he froze on my end as well.
Well, he looks great though. He's frozen at the perfect time. It looks like he's singing us a song. Shoot, Grant, if you can hear us, click on out and then come right back in. It looks like you might have froze. Oh man, we haven't had that in a minute. I'm gonna kick you out and then just come right back. Click that same link. And Nick, I'm gonna bring you off, and if you don't mind, message him real quick.
You got it.
All right, guys, if you're just tuning in now, this is the Stereo Joe Show. We have a little bit of technical difficulty, but we're going to figure it out. We're interviewing Grant Wagner right now. He's up in the Pocono areas, which I thought was the Napa Valley area, so I'm just a spazoid. What do I know? But anyway, so if you're just tuning in, we have been an hour late tonight, unfortunately, and I'm really sorry about that. I had to take care of some stuff, and anyway, so we're back and we're live, and Nick's messaging right now. He's looking good. Nick,
message sent.
Anything coming back? If not, let's go back to that. Oh, I got him right here. There we go.
Sorry about that.
No problem. If I don't remember, do you remember your question? If not, I got one for you.
he was about to talk about how running the sound would differ from running the sound for his own show.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I'm back.
Back, baby. All right, so what's the difference between sound at your own show and sound for other people? What do you do differently?
That's right. Well, like I was trying to say, it is very helpful that I've been on stage and I've been there and I've done that, so I kind of know what everybody on stage is kind of going through and what they want to hear. And for example, one thing that frustrates me is when people are like, I need more in the monitor. As a sound technician, it's annoying because you're trying to do your mix, but as a musician, I'm like, okay, that's important. They need to hear what they're doing. So it all just kind of goes along the same line, and it just, I don't really think of it as being any less artistic being out front than it is on stage, but it all works together. It's all one entity, in a sense.
Excellent. And going back to what you said earlier, you mentioned blues, your bar scene. Who were some of your artists that inspired you to get to where you are today?
I've always said this, but one of my favorites is Jimi Hendrix. One of my biggest inspirations.
Hell yeah. Did you have a favorite song
indeed.
by him, or favorite album, or favorite anything, or riff, or whatever?
I'm going to play one, but I don't want to give it away until I play it.
Well, that's like you. I'm shutting the hell up and we're going to performance. I'll be back.
Okay, here we go. After all the jacks are in their boxes, all the clowns have all gone to bed. You can hear happiness stammering on down the street. Footprints dressed in red, and the wind cries, Mary. A broom is drearily sweeping of the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping. Somewhere a king has no wife. And the wind screams, Mary. Traffic lights turn blue tomorrow. There's giant emptiness down on my bed. The tiny island sags downstream, 'cause the life they live is dead. And the wind screams, man. Will the wind ever remember all the names it has known in the past? With his crutch, his old age, and his wisdom, he whispers, no, this will be the last. And the wind cries, Mary.
Woo! Yeah!
Oh man.
On the acoustic too.
Yeah, it's my 12 string. There it is, all 12.
Nice. Wow, that's definitely the first time I heard on a 12 string. That's really cool. and you know what? I don't sing the words right. After hearing you do it, I'm like, oh, man, I messed it up. And dude, that's so cool thing you did, because obviously you're on the 12 string. I was really loving that, man. That was really fun and really cool. All right.
Glad you liked it.
Thank you, brother. I got a guest host I got to bring on. I got Remy Gale in the house.
Hey, Grant, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Good, thanks. That was great.
Oh, thank you. Glad you liked
I really
it.
enjoyed that. Thank you. So I'm noticing your background. I see Buddy Guy. We're a Buddy Guy fan.
Oh, well, I mean, just decor on the wall, but yeah, all these guys are great.
Yeah, Buddy Guy's great. Have you ever seen him live?
Nope, can't say I have.
Oh, you should if you can.
Yeah, one day maybe.
Yeah, he's really great. And you have John Mayer, I think, right?
Yeah, my drummer wanted to put that up there.
Good. I like your drummer. Who's your drummer?
Yeah, we love John Mayer.
Yeah, my drummer from the Blues Crew, Mike. But
The Psychedelic Blues. Now,
no, that was the old Blues Crew, but old band.
Okay. All right, we've got a lot of blues things going on.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what is your favorite thing to do outside of music?
Nothing. That's it. That's all I want to do.
No, nothing like that?
Sorry, say it again. I lost you.
No TV shows or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, I'm a workaholic. I work a day job and stuff. So if I'm not at work, I'm out somewhere playing some tunes.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Grant, I did have one more question for you. Can you tell us about Pine Ridge Harvest Festival?
Pine Ridge Harvest Fest. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a blast. It actually started out over the summer. We had a one-day version of it in June, and it was a good time. And it worked out so well, we're actually going to have Oktoberfest version coming up on October 22nd and 23rd, and it's going to be so great. It's going to be 2 days of non-stop music. We're going to have 2 stages. There's going to be 24 bands, all within an hour of Albrightsville, which is where the festival is being held. I'm running sound for one stage, and we actually have 2 production crews, because that's how big of a show it's going to be. So all one productions is going to be running the other stage. But so it's a great time. All local vendors, all local talent. You're not going to want to miss it. It's October 22nd and 23rd.
Awesome. And what time does that kick off?
I think 7 o'clock on Friday.
Oh, wow. Okay. And can people buy tickets ahead of time, or how do they get in touch for that?
You can buy tickets ahead of time. There is a discount if you buy the 2-day pass. So there should be a link. I'm hoping it could be posted on the Facebook page here somewhere. Otherwise, just Google Pine Ridge. There it is.
It'll be right at the bottom.
Pine Ridge. Yep, check that out. I think there are camping options too. It's going to be cold just for the weather, but you can camp out there if you want to, up in the mountains.
If anybody is new to that area, are there any bands that you want to shout out that are on that roster that they should check out, that they shouldn't be missing?
There's every single band, but I think the local heroes that are going to be featured there is the Contact Collective. So definitely, if anyone knows those guys, they know it's an epic show. You're not going to want to miss out on them.
You're absolutely right. The Contact Collective does put on an amazing show. Nick is a good friend of ours. He's been on the show a couple of times before, and they've been doing some amazing stuff. And it makes perfect sense that they've linked up with you and are part of this awesome festival. And one last time, do you want to let everybody know where they can check you out personally and what you want to shout out one last time about what you've got going on?
Yeah, well, most of my stuff I post on my Facebook page, Grant Wagner Music. And like I said, we have the band, which you could find on Facebook. The page is called Sick Whiskey, which is the band name. So definitely check both of those out.
Awesome. Grant, it's been a pleasure speaking to you and meeting you. I look forward to hopefully meeting you in person since you're so close that it's destined that we're going to cross paths.
Yep, thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Yes, it has been.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Boom, 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 boom. I want to say goodbye. Grant, thank you so much for coming on the show. We got to have you back on again sometime, too. I love Nick and the Contact Collective, so we definitely would love to check them out. Pine Ridge Fest, I'm so jealous. Bro, break a leg. We're going to meet you one day in person.
Awesome. I'd love to.
All right, catch you later, man. Have a good one.
Take care.
See you. All right, guys. That was Grant Wagner. check him out. Host the open mic at the Lakeside and up there in the Pocono area. Go check him out. You're not going to want to miss him. All right, I'm getting rid of these two. See you guys later. I love you guys to death. But they got to go because I got my other guest hanging backstage. This is another Stereo Joe-er, but he also does a lot of things. But he's been playing a lot of gigs with us. I was just at practice with him tonight. That's why we're late. It wasn't his fault, though. It was Al's. If you see Al, yell at him. But anyway, guys, please welcome to the show, Mark Tavoletto.
Hey, Jimmy.
What up? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
Yeah, no, right? It's been like an hour.
It's been at least an hour. I think it's a little longer than that. No.
Yeah.
Dude, great job today at practice.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right. So in case anyone didn't know, Mark's been playing bass for Stereo Joe lately whenever he can. He's a busy dude, but whenever he has time, he comes out and he plays with us. He sings. He plays guitar. I got to ask you, I love when we do Semi-Charmed Kind of Life by, oh my God, Third Eye Blind. But what's your favorite Stereo Joe song to play?
Illusions.
Oh, Illusions. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did know that. I did know that.
I love that riff. That's always been like one of my favorite Stereo Joe songs.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. All right, so let's go back to when we first met. You were playing with another band at the time.
Yeah. We
were doing this fundraiser. It's how I met some of the coolest people is actually at fundraisers. And anyway, you guys were playing, and tell a story.
All right, so I was actually thinking about this in the car about exactly how we met, and it was actually really hilarious. My band was playing at the time, and you were just standing off in the side by the door, and it got to one point where we were asking the sound guy how much time we had left, and the guy was like, you might have like 1 or 2 more songs left, but you're kind of going over time. And you're standing on the side like, no, keep going. And I thought at the time that you were just like being sarcastic, and you're like, get off the stage, you're running into our time. But after we got off, I realized it was because your bass player wasn't even at the show yet. And within 5 minutes of meeting you, I was up playing with you guys. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't gotten there. So you were like, all right, I know that song. What song were we playing? Was it?
We were just jamming. You just came up to me and like, dude,
you're right.
What's your name? Mark. My bass player's not here yet. Do you mind jamming with us for a little bit? I'm like, yeah, sure. So within 5 seconds of meeting you, I was up playing with you guys. And
I remember that. It was an A.
Yeah.
It was an A. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, can you just jam an A? You were like, yeah. That was awesome, man. That feels
fun.
like a lifetime ago.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that until I was thinking about that in the car ride back from practice today. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah. So, so it was just you, me, and Sal jamming until John and Eric got there. And then there was a whole thing with like, the venue told both of us, like both of our bands, that there was going to be a house kit, and there wasn't. So luckily, both of our drummers lived within like a 5 to 10 minute radius of the place. So my drummer like lived down the street, was able to run home, grab his kit, run back. And when your drummer found out, he just ran and asked if he can borrow our kit. And so we stayed and watched you guys, and became really great friends after that.
Yeah, that was so cool, man. And then we did little band swaps. Your bass player came with us. My bass player came with you. Yeah. It's so funny the way it works. And then we did a bunch of shows together too as a band. But anyway,
I'm pretty sure I played with every member of Stereo Joe at some point.
I think you're right. Yeah, Tommy, Ashley, and you were actually on Stereo Joe's second recording. You were on Around You, Ghost, and
we did Darkness, but
Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. And then that's been unreleased still. It's supposed to come out Halloween, but we didn't get around to it. Damn it. I still got 20 days, but it's not going to happen.
No worries.
But anyway, and actually, I didn't tell you, Mark, we're going in the studio this Saturday.
Oh, really?
We're just starting. It's going to be the start. I'm going over to Dan's. I'll talk to you about that after. All right. So now you play guitar, you play bass. Now, I know a little bit about you. I know you got this awesome, sick Telecaster. But what's your favorite type of guitar and favorite type of music to play?
Any type of rock. I started out just playing like a lot of like pop punk stuff, and I wanted to branch off after that. And my favorite guitar is probably my Gibson. I have a Gold Top that I got like a few years ago. I had a Billy Joe Armstrong Les Paul Jr. and it would not stay in tune for I don't know what it was, if it was a wraparound bridge or something, but I could not keep that thing in tune. And since it had Billy Joe's name on the back of it, it was worth a lot of money. So I was able to trade that in, and I got my gold top and I got my bass from just trading that guitar in. And the guitar I got for it was like so much better, and a really warm tone, sounds fantastic. And my telly, I actually need to play a little more because now I just got new pickups for it. There's like, I don't know if you know this, but there's a little humbucker that's like the size of a Telecaster bridge pickup that Seymour Duncan makes. It's called the Little 59, and yeah, it's literally a humbucker, the size of like a single coil pickup, and it sounds fantastic. Like it's not exactly like a humbucker, but you get a lot more of that more punchier tone than you would playing a single coil.
Yo, we're gonna have to mess with that in the studio.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, so totally.
Just to see what kind of cool sounds we can get. But
Yeah,
all right, well listen, you're gonna perform.
Sure.
All right,
definitely.
I'm gonna duck out of here. I just saw the time was. I was like, oh shoot, we gotta get to the performance. All right, I'm gonna be back with Nick on the other side.
All right, sounds good.
So, get myself situated for a second. I'm gonna play a song.
He's getting himself situated. Oh, he's got to switch a thing or two around, so he's going to be doing that. I'm just going to tell you a little quick story. Guys, we're in Mark's. Oh, that's a cool light, man. I never saw that before.
Thanks, man.
All right. So, okay. Oh, you're playing acoustic?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. All right. I'm outie.
You're all good. All right. So, yeah, I got a little harmony effect here, so we'll use the mic. This is an old song that my old band wrote. Long time ago. My buddy Tony wrote the lyrics, and yeah, I kind of adapted to an acoustic song. So I play this whenever I have a solo gig. So hope you guys like it. It's called Waiting for the Lightning. It's been a long, long day. We're looking everywhere to escape. Is there no way out of here? Cold is rolling in, rocking on my spine. Thinking way too fast, falling back in time. Dryness in my mouth, skin will feel like mine as I'm waiting for the lightning to strike. Yeah, I'm waiting for the lightning to strike. And I'm waiting for the lightning to strike. There's an open page. I can't even write my name. There's nothing left of here. Cold is rolling in, locking on my spine. Thinking way too fast, falling back in time. Dryness in my mouth, skin will feel like mine as I'm waiting for the lightning to strike. And I'm waiting for the lightning to strike. And I'm waiting for the lightning to strike. Strike. And I'm waiting for the lightning to strike.
Woo, woo, bro. Now, why haven't I love that, bro. I don't remember that. Dude, did you have a harmonizer on at one point?
Yeah, I meant to have it on in every chorus, but I was kind of nervous. I kept forgetting to put it on.
Oh, so that's
dude,
cool.
that
I was like, oh crap! I kept hitting it.
I was like, what is that? I was like, am I just going crazy or is there a harmony?
No, yeah, that's why I was using the mic, because I had the harmony effects. Every chorus I meant to turn that on, but I kept forgetting.
Yo, I really like that, bro. That was tender.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, that
man.
was fucking awesome.
Hold on, let me. Okay.
Sorry.
I like your voice like that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I got to bring in another bass player. He played bass on Stereo Joe music too.
Renee.
Boom.
Hey, Mark. Nice to finally meet you. I've heard
I
so many
know.
wonderful things about you. How
I've
are
heard a lot
you?
of wonderful things about you. I'm doing great. How are you?
You better. They
We've
better
never
have been
met.
wonderful.
We've
No.
never met. We've just heard a lot about each other.
Yeah, we've never met. This is our first virtual
Oh my
meeting.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that song was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you sing really well. I was laughing at Jimmy's, what did you say, tender? So tender. I was like,
Yeah, that was more of like a rock song that an old trio I was in played a lot. And I don't know, when we broke up, I wanted to keep playing it, so I kind of just adapted it to an acoustic song.
it was really, really great. Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
And
Oh,
also, I
that's
didn't know.
totally right.
Sorry,
No, you go, Rem.
I didn't know that was you on bass in Ghost.
Yep.
That little run you do at the end is like fantastic. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I'm like obsessed with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing your talent. That was great.
Yeah,
What's
you
if
got
you had to pick one for the rest of your life, would you pick bass or guitar?
Guitar.
Guitar. That was
Yeah,
easy.
hands down.
Any reason
Didn't
why?
think about it.
The only reason why I ever became a bass player is because there's way too many guitar players out there, and it was impossible to join a band. Like I got a bass, like I bought like $100 Squire just to mess around with, and then the band that I joined first, they were looking for a bass player and a guitar player, and I said, hey, I'll play bass until we get a guitar player, and then until we find a bass player, and when we do, I'll switch over to guitar. That's exactly what we did. And then I don't know. I've been more of a guitar player. I've been for 11 years. I've been actually longer than that. I've been playing guitar since I was 11. I'm 28 now, and I've only been playing bass for like I want to say since 2014, I think. So.
Oh wow, well, that's
Yeah.
that's getting,
Yeah,
that's
it's
getting to be a
getting
long
there.
time now.
Yeah. It also depends on the type of music too. Like the rock stuff that we were playing, bass gets really boring, and I get kind of tired of it. But like the stuff that I do in Stereo Joe, I love it. So like that type of bass, I can play anytime.
I know
Yeah,
what
you
you
get
mean.
to do a little solos and
Yeah,
stuff
exactly. Yeah, I don't like with you guys. I get to improvise a little bit more. With like the other bands, like I'm stuck playing root notes and like some little fills, but nothing too like like funk like what you guys do.
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's not as fun.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I am so excited. Now, if people like you kind of do a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
if people ever need a musician, you might be the guy to help them out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, if you guys see his name, Mark T, you message me and I'll feel
I'm hard to find.
Yeah. He's a little incognito, and for good reason. He needs to be. So anyway, I'll get you in touch with him. You got to come to me first. I want a big favor. No,
You got
I'll
to
just-
pass through Jimmy first.
Uh-oh.
You got to make it through. No, but
So we got a gig this Thursday, Hoover's in Morris Plains. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
oh yeah.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Are
I
you
know,
ready,
too.
Jimmy?
I hope so, man. I got to get my solos together.
Yeah. How about you,
But
Nick?
dude,
You
I'm
ready?
so excited. So, do you have any music that anyone can listen to?
Yeah, so I have an EP out from my old band High Anxiety. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, everything. Like you said, I'm on a few Stereo Joe tracks. I'm on Ghost. I'm on All Around You. When Darkness comes out, I'm on that. And my friend DJ Simon, he does his own music project called Until Completion, and I've done a few tracks with him too. There's a song called I think it's called Jericho. I forget. It's on his second album, but we recorded that together as kind of a quarantine project, and so that's on Spotify too. So I'm on that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. And pretty much you seem like the guy that's going to be playing till the end. Like you seem like you're always going to have an instrument in that hand.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to play that thing till I die.
And it seems like you've done a lot of shows so far at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the favorite bands that you've opened for?
That I've opened for. The two biggest bands that I've opened for were Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and Ballyhoo, and they were both with Stereo Joe. And those were like two of my all-time. Ballyhoo was one of my favorite bands. So when Jimmy asked me to play that show, it was like hands down, like absolutely no, like yes. And getting to meet the guys before the show and everything was awesome. And I actually bought a Focusrite interface from the lead singer of Ballyhoo, like not even a week after we played with them. So
that's so cool. Nick disappeared. Yeah. He was getting jealous, bro. He was like,
"Oh, I didn't get to play those shows quick."
Nick quit Stereo Joe that quickly. Huh?
He's like, "I'm out. Screw that. I didn't play with Red Jumpsuit." Yeah. But dude, no. Oh, there he is. Oh, he came back in defeat. What's up, Nick? Yo,
my phone just decided to kick me out.
So, Mark, before I let you go, I gotta ask a serious question.
Sure.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food? Pizza.
Pizza?
Pizza.
What type of pizza?
You're asking an Italian man that question, Jimmy. Meatball and onion, pepperoni, bacon. What else? Penne vodka. Chicken vodka.
Penne vodka chicken's my favorite.
Yep.
You gotta come over here and we'll eat at AJ's, man. I got the best pizza right here.
Have you ever been to Neil's in Wayne, like by where Zap Comics is? That is the best. That is the best chicken vodka pizza I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
AJ, I just want to say for the record, I've never cheated on you, AJ. I've never even cheated. I don't even look at other pizza. Domino's, shit. Domino's, unless you want to sponsor us, we love you. Anyway.
Yeah.
But no, bro. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
and
great.
And I'll see you Thursday. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yep. Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool, man. Have a good night.
You too. Remy, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Hopefully I meet you in person soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, at your house, Rem. We're throwing a raid.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm dead serious, Rem. We should throw a party at your house, man.
No.
Yo, a big party. I asked Mike. He said it was cool.
Oh, I'm sure that's what he said.
I asked Hank. Hank said he's all about it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Listen, Rem, we're actually thinking about shooting another video at your house. So we'll be there in the morning. Lights, camera, action. Are you ready to be in it?
No, absolutely not ready to be in a music video right now.
The crew's outside right now, actually.
What?
The crew's there. They're outside.
Oh, are they? All right.
Shit,
I'll go to them tent. They can go camp on the front lawn.
Yo, could we? I would totally do that. Yo, you got a nice front yard. I'd bring a tent right on there. Mike would walk out in the morning like, what the hell's going on? Be like, Mike, man, if the tents are rocking, don't come and knock. And
yeah, then it's just you and Nick in the tent. I don't know.
Yo, you better come and you better save me. Nick, look at that beard. Who knows what you're going to do to me at night?
Yeah,
hey, it's one of my favorite people.
Alicia, hey.
And don't forget about my other.
Mateo. Why did Mateo say Hooter? Oh, because of where you're playing? It sounded like you said Hooters.
Yeah, okay. Let me clarify. We were playing at Hoovers, as in like the owl. Who? Oh no, wait. That's at the other place too. Shoot. Okay, they both have owls, but our owl's not a pervert.
Fair enough.
Hoover's Tavern. There we go.
Hoover's Tavern. You can tell them because they have orange and big owl. Oh, no, that's the other place. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I got a special guest back by popular demand, and it's not Remy or Nick, even though we all love them. I'll see you guys later. Hey, Remy, I love you. Oh, man. All right, Nick, I'll be back. Guys, please welcome to the show singer and guitarist Lily Rose.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you again. What's been new? Anything going on? You still doing music? I see.
Yes. And
Anything else exciting going on?
I also have a small business.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's called Passion Herbals. I make teas, soaps, body butters, and so many more herbal products. I got into this because I was always loved having like herbs heal people. I wanted to help out.
That's really cool. I'm super into that too. And I know Nick is, believe it or not, and believe it or not, Remy. We're all like those alternative medicine type people. So we are all about that. So that is really cool. If someone wanted to get in touch with you about that, I think I got some links right here. The Passion Herbal. So yeah, we got you. Oh, wow. You're everywhere. You're on Etsy. Oh, I got to check that out. And you're on Facebook, Instagram. Oh, you're everywhere. Okay. So everyone go check Lily out and you'll be able to buy some cool stuff. So what is your favorite thing to make out of all those things?
I'd have to say tea.
The tea. And how do you come up with like your tea recipes?
Well, I look up what ailments are there and then figure out what herbs are good for those ailments.
Oh, that's me. Like ginger and like, what else do you use?
Chamomile.
Oh, chamomile. That's a good one. Now, do you use like crazy flavors that like people normally would think, I don't know. But then when you put it in your mix, it tastes good.
Yes.
So like any types of ones like that, like what do you use? Like other stuff?
Echinacea.
Oh, that's for the immune system, right?
Yes.
That is so cool. And you said you do soaps too. That's so cool. How do you make soap?
Well, it's melt and pour base, and I use different fragrance oils and colors, and I add in the actual herb.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have to like dry the herbs out? How does that work?
I purchased the dried herbs on a website.
Oh.
So.
Very cool. Very cool. And all right, so going back to the music, now you sing now, and I've seen you've been doing that for a minute now, and we have a mutual friend that you were singing with for a little bit, Tabitha and Jazzy Jan.
Yes.
They're both the best, aren't they?
Yes.
I know. Jan's a special lady. She was really good to me. I had an injury at one point, and I hurt my hand, and my guitars were stolen, and she let me borrow one of her guitars. And it was so easy to play. So like it was one of the things that got my hand back. So I will always thank Jazzy Jan for the rest of my life. I got to write a song about her. She's great. But I got Nick in the back, and I know he wants to say hi. So let me pull Nick out real quick.
Hey, Lou, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I think it's really cool that you're involved with doing these herbs and creating different products out of them that help people. What's one of the hardest things to make, or one of the harder parts of the process that you came along with? Because I think that whole thing seems like a process that you have to figure things out when you go, especially when using herbs, because each one's a little bit different.
Yes. Trying to figure out like what tastes good or what works best. I had to do a lot of research.
And
sounds like a lot of fun.
Is there something? Yeah, it really does. It sounds like a cool science, like a cool science lab day. Do you have something on the horizon that you would like to try to venture into?
Just to really get my business out there and hopefully get a lot of sales.
And since you're doing it online, do you ship just strictly locally? Can you send your product out anywhere worldwide?
Anywhere.
You hear
Awesome.
that, Nick? You're gonna have to get something. Actually,
Yep.
we're right in the area. I just might even drive up. Like, beep beep. I'm gonna get some herbs. No, I would probably get a soap or something. But I do love teas. Oh, I don't know. I could go for a tea too.
Ooh,
Now,
you might have to try both.
That's what I'm saying. Now, did you say you do candles or no?
Yes.
Oh, and do you like? when I was a kid, I went to Waterloo Village and they like dried them and everything, like the dipping. Like, how is that you do? You dip them? How do you make them?
No, I use like containers and I put the wax in there and let it harden.
Oh, so you got to melt the wax though, like you like boil it, I guess, or something.
Yes. Yes.
You're too smart for me. I can't do all that. I just gotta have to buy it from you. That's wow. That's awesome. Well, all right. Let's get to your. You're gonna sing, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna be back, and Nick will be back, and we'll see you in just a second.
Okay, this song is called Dark Wicked Angel. The song has a lot of meaning to it. I wrote it for a friend of mine who is very depressed and been going through a lot. And I also wrote this because my mom was going through a lot of health issues, and fortunately this past March, she passed away. So the song also goes out to her. Death has fallen. You have hidden thoughts. Mysterious angel has come to haunt the shadows. I am alone. Dark wicked angel, don't leave me be immortal. Nightfall has come. Don't die on me. You have been blinded by the shadows. Don't be surgery. The night's longing for us. I am alone. Dark wicked angel, don't leave me be immortal. Nightfall has come. Filled my heart with gladness. Deep breaths in me. I live for you. I am alone. Dark wicked angel, don't leave me be immortal. Nightfall has come.
Woo! Honestly, I almost cried. That was really sweet, and I know that meant a lot to you. So thank you for sharing that with us. That really means a lot. And on a side note, I could tell you've been practicing a lot lately because I hear those chords cleaner than ever. Now, like she learned a new trick or two since she was on last. So bravo. That was really impressive. All right, let's pull Nick in.
I agree with Jimmy. That was very emotional. That was the song itself was very emotional, but I can also tell the performance was as well. So I appreciate you sharing that side because it's not easy to do.
Thank you.
I just didn't say.
And Matt's in the audience. He was agreeing with us all. He thinks the same thing. And also Kevin said hi too. I wanted to have you know that they were there checking you out. So that was awesome. You got a good crew there, don't you?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. And I can't help but notice you have Clue and Monopoly in the background. Two of my favorite all-time board games. I love them so much. I'm like that guy. I love games way too much. And you know who doesn't love games? My friend Remy. She'll never play with me. Remy, what's up?
That is not true, you little liar.
You'll play Monopoly with me?
What?
You'll play Monopoly with me?
No, I don't like Monopoly. I'll play Clue with you, though.
Yeah, you don't want to play Monopoly. I made my own board and my own rules. I'll tell you about them off air.
I'll pass. Anyway, that was beautiful, Lily. You got me tearing up over here. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
That was great. Really emotional. So since Timmy brought up the games, if you had to pick between Monopoly and Clue, what would you pick?
Probably Clue.
Yeah, good. See? All right. So now we got 3 for Clue. How about you, Nick?
Let's do it. I love Clue.
You know what? You guys are all wrong. Monopoly is the best game. I call it Monopoly. Because did you realize that? It's 2 things together. Monopoly. It's 1 and 2. Huh.
You're a genius over here.
Anyway. So, Lily, last time you were on, I don't think Remy was a part of the show yet, was she?
No.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, so we've been trying to learn some new tricks ourselves over here. So now we got our third host with us, Remy, and so I'm excited to have her on. I'm excited for you to meet.
Yeah, me too. This is great.
Yeah.
And
so
that wasn't. Oh, okay.
No, you go.
That was an original that we heard. Is there another one on the horizon that's coming out?
Yes.
Is there an expected date for that, or is that still on the hush hush?
It should probably be a couple months.
Oh, okay. And we heard a little bit of your style tonight. Who are some of the artists that you listen to that influence your songwriting?
Typo Negative.
Nice.
Lady Gaga, Rick Springfield, and a lot of local artists too.
Oh, I'm actually glad you mentioned Rick Springfield, because I had a question I almost forgot to ask you. I noticed you've been vlogging recently, and I wanted to wonder how you got into it, but also your encounter with Rick Springfield and how that went.
Wow.
Well, it was at the Newton Theater. There was a lucky chance. I got front row seats, and I made a sign that says, "Your inspiration. I have autism." And my friend Helen took my phone so she could record an encounter of the hug, and it was really nice.
That's awesome.
That's
cool.
That's
So
great.
Rick's a good dude.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Made your night too. Ah, I love that Newton Theater, man. I gotta start hanging out there. I'm gonna hug someone there next time. Nick, let's go there this weekend, man, for my birthday. Someone's got to be able to hug me for my birthday.
All right, we'll do it. We'll make a sign. It's his birthday.
Yeah, I'm desperate for some hugs. All right.
Oh, listen. Yeah, it is this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, Nick and I both, we're getting younger. We turn younger on our birthdays, but enough about us. Lily, where can everyone go to find you? I'm going to put your links up, but what's the number one thing you want people to check out by you right now?
My YouTube and my Facebook.
Excellent. All right. And that is under Lily Rose. Well, the one is, yeah. Well, you can see it all there. You guys have a couple different things. So we put a bunch of 2 Facebooks on there. One for her and one for her business there. So, and the business is Passion Herbal Products. Everyone go check it out. Buy something. Say Jimmy sent you or Remy. Fine. But darn it. You know what? Forget them. Just say Jimmy sent you. Hey, Libras unite. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Matt, call back. Matt, we got to have you back on the show. We miss you, man. Anyway, Lily, thanks so much for coming on. And it was such a pleasure to talk to you again. And hopefully we'll see you real soon.
Yes.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Go nice talking. I'll miss you. I'll see you soon. All right, guys. If you were just tuning in, it's the Remy and Nick show. Oh, Rem, I'll see you later. Guys, it's the Stereo Joe show. We're a music show. We're bringing you artists from all over. Actually, right now, we're going down to Virginia, where my favorite artist, Remy, your favorite artist is from there too, from Virginia. I don't know if Bubba's a fan though, so I'm a little afraid to ask. But anyway, guys, I got another guest coming up from Red Rain, no one other than Bubba McMichael. Please welcome him to the show. Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
How's it going, brother?
Can you hear me?
You know what? You are a little low. If there was a way to boost up your volume of hair, that would be awesome. A little bit of the gain.
Okay, what about that?
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
A little more. A little more. Yeah.
All right, I'm coming. All right, there you go.
Even a tiny bit more. I wouldn't do you wrong.
A little bit
there
more?
we go.
Okay. All right, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's
that
better.
good?
Yeah,
Okay.
that should be good. And let's double check with Nick in the back.
So what's happening?
Hey, nothing much, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. I was disappointed I didn't get to talk to you during sound check because that's when I kind of like to meet everybody a little bit. But thank you so much for coming on the show. What have you been up to over the past 2 crazy years of our lives?
Oh my gosh. Trying to play shows. We've been playing a few shows. We've got one coming up in November with Quiet Riot at the Groove Music Hall, which is in Thornburg, Virginia. So, and after that, we're just gonna start. You know, we're still writing. We're trying to come out with this album, and don't know when that's gonna happen yet. But you know, it's gonna happen. Hopefully before next year, but we'll see.
I know how that goes because, you know, it usually takes me like 11 months to get the damn thing out. It just, people don't realize how much work goes into it to make no money from it now. It's the worst, but whatever. We love it, right?
Oh yes, and it's a lot of writing, and it's, you know, just getting everybody together, and you know, with these times we're going through right now, you know, pandemic and everything, it's just crazy. But you know, we're gonna get it done, and you know, I'm steadily writing. We got a new video that just popped out. It's a song called Yesterday. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, all the outlets, you know, all the downloadable outlets and everything. So it's really cool.
Very cool.
It's a good song. Check it out.
Now, absolutely. And tell everyone, what type of sound is it? Like, I know it's hard rock heavy-ish, but how would you describe it?
Like, I don't know. It's like power rock. We call ourselves American rock and roll, you know.
I do know. I know
like
you mean.
Yeah, it's just power rock, and it's like, you know, it's kind of in the 80s vein a little bit, but it's new, you know. It's kind of like Van Halen. It's kind of like everybody, you know. It's like all the, you know, different stuff that you listen to all your years, and it just kind of comes out of you, you know. So it kind of melts together.
Yeah, and you had mentioned you're opening for Quiet Riot, and that's freaking awesome. So it gave me an indication that you're probably got some cool guitars going on in there.
Oh, I got a lot of guitars. I love guitars. I'm crazy about guitars.
I love it.
My wife is gonna kill me because I'm always picking up guitars all the time. And she's like, "Oh my God, not another one." So I'll tell you a little story here. I just went. I had a guitar that I needed a case for. So I saw, you know, I'm looking through Marketplace, and this guy, you know, he's got this guitar he wants to sell, you know, and so I look underneath the guitar, and it's a nice case, and he's like selling it for nothing, you know. So anyway, I go and I'm saying, I gotta pick up this case. That's all I'm getting. So I get back home, and she goes, "Open the case," and there's the guitar. She's like, "Oh my God." She goes, "What am I gonna do?" Oh, I got tons of guitars, man, tons. What, you gonna see one? You want to see a couple?
I love.
All right, hold on.
Show me them all. Yeah, people don't realize you can't.
This
you need
is one of my favorites. Look at that.
Now,
is
what
an
is that?
Epiphone.
And what's
this
that
is-
style
I
of
love-
paint called? Is that like a burst of some sort?
It's Caribbean Blue Burst. And I love the color. It's got the push-pull knobs on this thing. But I love it, man. It's just one of those moderns, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you the
The gold top.
yeah.
And this is I like the gold top, man. It's got the the wood on the back. I mean, it's just like real rough. It's not like but I love this one. But I've got tons of them, man.
I love it. And Randy Rhoads was a Les Paul guy. Is he one of your dudes, inspirations?
I'd say, Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen, of course. What really got me into playing was like Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley, man. I'm a 70s kid, so I was like all into that, for a long time. So I'm like Foghat and, shoot,
I saw them.
Name it, man. I
saw
love them
Foghat.
dudes, man. Yeah.
Funny story.
Foghat.
My girlfriend at the
God.
time, her mom's like, I bought you a present for your birthday. And she told me it was a classical guitarist. So me and my girl go to the show, and I'm like expecting to hear this like hoity-toity classical music, which is great. I love all music. And then all of a sudden it's this like super cool rock band. I'm like, I know these guys. It was awesome, man. So I can tell I'm gonna love your stuff. But I gotta shut up. I'm running late, man. You're supposed to perform.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So let me
make a couple adjustments.
Okay,
now,
no
if
problem.
I'm too loud, you gotta let me know because it's pretty hot right now.
Yeah, I'll let you. Yeah, give me a test run real quick because the audio was pretty low, but who knows? This could be jacked up. So you sound great.
Can you hear that?
That sounds clean.
Okay.
That because I know one of the other dudes was clipping a little bit, but that's clean. You sound great.
And
I'll
I
be
got
back.
a loud voice. Memories fade, soon the pain goes away. A new hope is born. Someone's come to stay. I look around, taking all I have to see. The beauty is there, but the pain is all to see. Yeah, the pain is all to see. Yeah, the pain is all to
I wasn't expecting such pretty good acoustic because I was thinking like it's gonna be hard. Dude, you are very versatile, man. I was loving that. You got a great
Thank
voice.
you. Thank
Really,
you so
I
much.
love
I
it,
appreciate
man.
it. You're awesome.
Oh, dude, thank you. Now I gotta bring back your boy that you did the whatever sound check with. Let me get Nick on.
Yeah, Bubba, you killed it. That was amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're too kind.
No, man, your voice and that with that guitar, dude, I can't wait to hear what the full band sounds like because you have a great
It's a
sound,
little,
man.
it's a little heavier
Absolutely.
than that.
And I love it.
And I gotta bring in Remy.
Hey, that was really great, man. I enjoyed every second of that. And your vocals are great. Hey, Bubba. I just went right into it. I didn't even say hi to you. But thank you. That was fantastic.
Thank you. You're so
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you. No, seriously. All right. So your band's name is Red Rain. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that?
Red Rain, and it's REIGN Rain.
Curious where you got that name from.
A lot of people. That my drummer and my bass player kind of came up with that. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened. So I had this song that I used to do a lot, and it's called and it was called Rain, but it was RAIN. And they loved that so much, and they wanted to name something after the band like that. And I was like, okay, whatever you guys want to do, I don't care. So
Nice.
Very cool.
I was curious. I looked a little bit into you guys. How did you link up, and what was it like getting together with AEW?
oh, that's wild. That was pretty neat, to hear your song like when these wrestlers are coming, because I'm a big wrestling fan anyway. So, and to hear your song come out, when the wrestlers come out and stuff, that was pretty neat. A friend of ours kind of hooked us up with that. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Cool.
But
For people that don't know, it's one of the biggest indie wrestlings out there right now. It's competing with the major leagues, and they're blowing up right now. So to be on that is huge.
Dude, I don't know if it was
awesome.
I don't know if it's last weekend or this weekend, but Sergeant Slaughter is going to be right here in town, Nick.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
No joke. I'll have to check the date. Maybe we'll go. But
That's
anyway. But so what's next? I know you got the show coming up with Quiet Riot, Bubba, but what else do you have going on? Anything upcoming?
Just a lot of writing for me, and the band. That's just getting ready. Trying to get this album out. We've been promising everybody, and we're trying, and it's pretty much done deal. But now it's like trying to get every piece in place, and you know how it is. It's really hard sometimes, and you didn't think it was going to take. I'd like to have the thing out right now, but there's other things that we need to do to it. For each song, it's like you want to add another piece, and they get mad at me so much because I like to change the song so much, and it's like it'll sound better like this. It'll sound better like this. I know it will. We got to put this little part in there. And they get so mad at me. They're like, if you change it one more time,
Sounds
It's
like
Morris.
my recording guy.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm going to
Oh.
go throw your links up right now, but what is the number
Awesome.
one thing you want them to check out?
Check out the Facebook page. Go on there. We have videos on there. YouTube. Check out our new video. Our new video yesterday. We just dropped that one. Let's see. Like I said, all the downloadable sites, where you can get music, Spotify, everywhere. We're, anything digital, I think we're on.
Excellent. Well, it was such a
Awesome.
pleasure to meet you. I hope we can talk again real soon. We'll get you right back on the show if you're ever interested.
Awesome.
And I hope we have you do another song for us.
Definitely. Let me know. I'll definitely come
All
back.
right.
It's nice
Well, I would
meeting you
love
guys.
that.
Nice meeting you
Pleasure
too.
to meet you
Thank
too.
you.
Nice to meet you too. And take it easy, and we'll be in touch.
Awesome.
So long.
See you.
Everybody, that was Bubba McMichael from the band Red Rain Band on Facebook, REIGN. Go check him out. Give him a follow. If you're just tuning in now, this is the Stereo Joe Show. We got one last guest for the night. It's one of Remy's guests, and you know she's always bringing us top guests. So, Rem, I'm going to kick Nick off. See you, Nick.
Aww.
Nick. I know. I love Nick. Trust me, I love Nick. But anyway, this is Remy Hour, brought to you by Adidas. Okay, Rem, let's welcome Walter to the show right now.
Yes,
so
very excited to have him on.
I'm excited too. This guy does everything. He's got his hand in everything. So I'm excited to see which one he loves the most. But it's a really cool guy we got here. So anyway, please welcome to the show right now, Walter Parks.
Hello, how are y'all? Hey, Remy, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Remy, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. Oh wow, look at that.
Very cool.
This is my repair shop. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri tonight, and you know, I've got a lot of guitars, and over the years I've kind of taught myself to do the minor stuff so I can keep things playing well. So it gets a little expensive if you pay somebody to do every little thing for you. So I've learned how to do these things, and I've turned it into a little bit of a hobby as well. I like to take old guitars that are not loved anymore and give them some love and just increase their lifespan. You know, all these things are going to outlive all of us, you know. So I want to try to take care of them while we've got them. So anyway, thank you for having me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and for anyone just tuning in, this is Walter Parks. He does it all. You act, you compose, you're a musician. Yeah. You do a little bit of everything. Which is your favorite?
Well, you know, it's music is my main love. That's where I realized through music that I was an artist. I was a creative person. I used to sing when I was a kid, and I think I was really into soundtracks for movies and that kind of thing, James Bond stuff, which is still super cool. You know, it hasn't died. And so I realized that music was the art form that made me the happiest, and it would kind of deliver me and trigger my imagination. And so I guess that's the answer. But I do love acting as well, because you know, with acting, you get to toy around with different aspects of your own psyche that you're not necessarily brave enough to take an adventure with in real life. And so, in other words, through acting, we can be the person that we've always wanted to be, for instance. Or, I mean, sometimes that's not so good. Sometimes they have you do an acting part that's, you know, you're the villain or whatever. You're not the loved character, but still you take it as far as you can. And so that kind of adventure that we go on to explore who we could have been or who we are if we were brave enough to be that person. That's what I like about acting.
Yeah, that was a great insight. I never even thought of it like that, but you're so right. You get to act out so many different things. You know, you could be the crazy serial killer, like in Silence of the Lambs, or you could be, you know, Forrest Gump, it's just amazing. So I never thought of it. That's a really great way to look into it. And I want to start acting now. That sounds fun as hell.
Well, Jimmy, I think the key to it, or at least what I've gotten better. I'm not still not where I like to be, but I've gotten better at it because, or put it this way, when I feel like I'm really in the groove, you know, in that zone, is when I'm really not acting. You know, I just tap into that, like I said, that part of my psyche that has been put on hold for years or whatever, or that I've never given voice to. But and so it's not that's the irony of it. It's not really, when you're really in the zone, it's not acting, you know, you're just plugging into a part of yourself, you know. But. And
you're I'm sorry, Remy, I'll really go one sec, but you're so right with the villain thing. Sometimes you gotta play that bad guy. And yeah, I'll never forget, I used to love Kevin Bacon. I saw the movie Sleepers. He's a bad dude in it, and I hated the dude for like 2 years. If I saw him anywhere, I was like, oh, and it was just acting. So, but speaking of Kevin Bacon, 6 Degrees of Separation, you and Remy have some people in common. Rem, tell me about that.
Yeah, Kyle and Joyce, you played at their wedding like
Oh
about a year
yeah.
ago. That's how I know of you, actually.
Oh,
Joyce is one of my
fantastic.
closest friends from high school. Kyle actually commented. He said, "Yay, Walter."
Oh, nice. Well, Kyle is he's he's one of the best drummers that I've played with, and he's probably thinking, well, if I'm so good, why don't you play with me more? But I don't. It's mostly just logistics or having the right project. And I tell you what I love about Kyle's playing. He's an unabashed, dedicated player to the groove. I mean, he does these things, and his approach is. Kyle and I have a shared love for John Bonham of Led Zeppelin, and if I want that groove again, it's kind of like the acting thing. If I'm brave enough to have that groove on my gig all the time, I would call Kyle, because there's a part of me that just wants to kind of lay into the Bonham thing on every gig I have. But for some reason, it's just the way my path has taken me. I just don't do that kind of unabashed sort of Zeppelin energy all the time. It's quite different. I'm really playing a lot of acoustic stuff right now. And it just hasn't timed out. But anyway, he's a great guy and a fantastic engineer. And I've worked with Kyle on so many projects, movie projects. And now when I say movie project, I mean where I'm doing the movie soundtrack. And but so he's a great drummer. A lot of people don't know him as a drummer, but he is ferocious. And he's non-complicated. That's what I really love about when an artist can just play true groove or a true note with dedication without making it complicated. That's where it's all about. If you want a glass of milk, you don't make it complicated. You just go to the refrigerator and get a glass of milk, and it's that. That's what I'm talking about.
I think you're making his day. He put up a big smile there, a big peace smile. So I think you made him happy. That's awesome.
But it's important what you're saying. It goes a long way when drummers are just, in the pocket and doing what they meant to do. That's great.
Well, Remy, it's what they're doing. I mean, I love it when a drummer has chops. I love it when all musicians have chops, and they guitar players shred and everything, and it's like I get it. And there's Remy, I have to say, when I listen to, I can't remember the band, it was a real heavy tune I heard in New York the other day. It was something like Bullet for My Valentine or something. That was the name of the band. I don't know if you know who they are. But,
yeah.
And the guy was just playing and just amazing stuff on guitar, and I was like, there was a part of me that's like, I wish I could do that, but so I say all of this with this sense of complete respect for people who can shred and play a lot, because by the time they make it to the airwaves, everybody's good, but
right.
But I also feel like, you got to keep in touch with this, the heart. The heart just kind of beats very simply, it beats very, very simply. But at the same time, the heart's not boom, 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 boom. It's not like that. It has a ding, ding, or a ding, 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 ding. It's got a little bit of a variation to it, a little bit of a skip. And I think that skip and that swing is a little natural, So I think nature is not always simple, but if we want to connect with people, there's an aspect of every song that we have to keep simple and rudimentary. And it doesn't matter whatever kind of music it is. It can be, heavy metal. It can be country music, But anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it. And something I can't shake out of my head. That one guitar in the background is the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. That green one. It almost looks like camouflage. Like,
oh yeah, that's an experiment. Interesting. Thank you, Jimmy. my father died 3 years ago, and he was a
Sorry.
model railroader. He did model, and so when he died, he had all these, little bitty bottles of paints, all around, and I just thought, what am I going to do? Throw these things in the trash can? That's terrible. I could give them to a model railroader, yeah, but I wanted to experiment with taking a guitar. That's a Telecaster, Fender Telecaster, and I painted it with my dad's paints, and then Jimmy, it was like too perfect. It was a bunch of straight lines, and I never really liked it. I never really played it out, maybe one time. And so then I asked myself, what would make me live with that guitar a little bit more? What would make me more comfortable? And the answer was to mess it up a little bit. So I took it. Can I grab it? I'll show it to you.
Please. Yeah, I'm dying to see
I'm
it
ready to
too.
head down to St. Louis to hang out. I'm like, damn, look at that thing.
Hold on a second.
Sure.
Let me get this now. The neck
Nick,
is,
I'm going to bring you too so you can see that.
so it's a Telecaster. Now look at the back of it. It's a one-piece body. It's pretty. I painted it gold, and I'm gonna redo that. But what I've done is I painted it by hand.
Love
painted it by hand, and then I said to myself, like I said, how can I live with this? And so I experimented with the ravages of nature on it. Nature ravages everything. If you look at a rock, it's got snow on it. It's got ice. It's had hard sun on it. It's had everything, and it's got a lot of colors in it. Nature is beautiful, but it's also brutal. So what I did is I took a heat gun, and I just started melting the paint, and then I took some lacquer center, and I started blending it all together and just sort of smearing it a little bit, and then some very fine sandpaper. And I'm not quite finished with it yet, but it's more of an experiment of how can I get this to be a combination of me as an artist and also pay homage to the properties of nature. And that probably sounds really too thinky and silly, but that's the problem I have with just going out into have you ever taken a picture? You've been hiking or something, and you take a picture and you come home and you look at it and you go, this is crap. It was not as great as the moment I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And it's because there's so many things about being in nature that our senses are picking up that the camera doesn't capture. And so that's what I'm trying to do with this guitar. Some people would say, well, that's awful. Some people would say this is terrible. But I would say, I'm trying to understand what nature does to an aspect of art. And so really, Jimmy, this is an experiment. Now, what I'm really good at is making guitars play good and making them sound great. So I'm trying to learn how to just make them unique. So when somebody gives me a guitar, like this is something I'm doing for a customer, the green one back there, and that's going to be done. I mean, it's never going to look exactly like this, but I'm going to do a similar thing to this one. So this is kind of what I do when I'm off the road. So anyway, that's a little bit. Thank you for asking about that.
That is really cool. And I'll tell you, my favorite painted guitar is the Clapton one. I'm sure you know that one from back in the day. Off. But this is coming in as a close second. I am really digging that. I love art.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. That is super cool, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd love to see them both when they're done.
Well, yeah, I'd love to play them for you, and we will at some point. The green ones are for a New York customer, so I'll get it to New York at some point.
Nice.
Yeah, do you ever come up this way?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm playing in New York this coming weekend, and I don't like to fly these days. I don't like to fly, period. But we drive Wednesday. I'm heading to New York. I'm playing I think you guys live kind of close to here. I'm playing this Friday night, which is October the 15th in Port Jervis, New York.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's kind of like upstate.
Yeah. It's where Pennsylvania and New Jersey and New York kind of come together.
Yep.
And I believe I'm not sure of this, but what's the name of the river that goes through Philadelphia? It's the Delaware River.
Delaware, yeah.
Mhm.
What's wrong with me? Yeah,
Wow.
the Delaware River, and it's on the Delaware River as I remember, and I'm in playing at a place called the Upfront Exhibition Space, which is really cool. And then Saturday night I'm playing at the Hudson West Folk Festival in downtown Jersey City. So
Oh,
if y'all
wow.
could be so kind as to maybe put some links up or whatever that can get people to those. So there they are. Thank you very much. And those are all my how to get in touch with me. And but you can find if you're interested in seeing me play this weekend, you can find that through those URLs.
I'm gonna
Anyway.
see what Nick and I can do. This is somehow Nick and I both have birthdays this weekend. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I'm birthday right after each other, so we might not be around this
It's
weekend.
okay. Yeah. I'll be back, but I have to, Nick and Jimmy, I have to say congratulations. We're fellow Libras.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm
excellent.
surrounded. Oh god.
Yeah. Remy, are you not a Libra? I guess you're not.
I'm a Pisces. I didn't make
Okay.
the Libra club. No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm October the 1st, and my wife is October 14th. So
Very cool.
It's an avalanche.
Is
Well,
Margot
happy-
your wife? Do you mind me asking?
Yeah, she is. I don't
Okay, because
mind
I'm only asking because I've been speaking with her, and I was like, I don't know who Margot is.
that. Yeah. She's my wife, and
She's awesome.
yeah, she is. I'm very fortunate.
Because she's a Libra.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I'm lucky for many reasons, but when
So-
I met Margot, I took a couple of years and was working in the music business, just as a road manager and as a label manager for a while, and that's where I met Margot. She was also working for one of the record labels. So
Very
Oh,
cool.
wow.
So you kind of have your hand in a little bit of everything in the entertainment industry. And you had mentioned a little bit of the acting, a little bit of the music. I wanted to ask you about composing.
well, yeah, composing is I can't help it really. I'm always writing. I was working on a new tune tonight, but it's not the only way to give artistic life to something. You can also interpret other people's music, and that's giving it a new life. But I do, Jimmy, I write in kind of a swampy bluesy style. I'm from Florida, and so I don't know about y'all, but I've moved around the world a little bit, and mostly in the States, but I was always I didn't know it at the time when I was younger, but I was kind of running from myself. I wanted people to think of me as one thing, but they were seeing me as another. And that other that they were seeing me as was more natural to me. That was more the Florida boy, So no matter where I went, I carried with me this sort of Florida swampy style. And after a while, after so many people, it didn't matter if I was in France playing or if I was in New York City and somebody who might have been from Germany or Japan, they would say, Walter, you have this swampy style. I just started accepting it, and I just said, all right, that's my thing. I got to just go with that. So everything I wrote, I kind of wrote with a little bit of that swampy vibe. And I'm from Northeast Florida, in Jacksonville. And if you know anything about some of the music that came from there, when you think of Jacksonville, Florida, a lot of people think, well, it's just country music or whatever. It's not really. It's got a little funkiness to it. There's a lot of black in that sound, and unlike the music that you might hear even today from Tennessee Nashville, or a lot of the contemporary country music, a lot of the stuff that's coming out of Northeast Florida, it's like a combination of James Brown meets country music. It's got a lot of black in it, and I love it. And I'm very proud of that influence. So, and I've always had that in my writing style. So the best writing is just when you're accepting enough, and like I said about acting, and brave enough to accept who you are and the way you grew up, and you accept the things that you liked to listen to when you were younger. And being a young, white kid in Jacksonville, Florida, everybody, that's all I heard was country music, but I didn't really like it. I like black music for the most part. I like Al Green. I like 70s music. I like Stevie Wonder, and I mean, look at me. I mean, I look like I could step out of Deliverance or something.
No,
I don't mean that in a bad way.
I'm thinking more of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I look kind of like a truck driver, right? Maybe not.
I think you totally look like an artist. If I were to see you on the street, I'd be like, that dude's into art. I don't know if he is a painter or a musician, but you got a good look to you, man.
Oh,
I'm like too boring. I mean, I was gonna say, I think you got the greatest beard on the show, Nick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You put my beard to shame.
This is probably been the coolest beard yet.
You got to catch up, Nick.
Yeah, it's it just does what it does. It kind of goes its own way in two different ways sometimes. But no, what I meant by that, and I wasn't meaning to down myself or whatever. I'm just saying, it's like I kind of, you move through life and you start accepting who you are and what you've always listened to and what you've liked. And you wouldn't maybe expect a guy who looks like me to maybe be into more Stevie Wonder than, say, a country musician.
That's fair.
But I love that influence, and I'm really proud of it. So it doesn't matter. Like what I'm going to do this weekend in the New York area is a lot of kind of Appalachian style music, but I still do it with a little bit of a funky groove to it. And I'm kind of cool with that. I'm proud of it, So
I'm so hyped up now. Nick, do we have a clip of the music?
We do.
All right, we got to hear it because I'm like so excited about it. And I love to. And I was going to ask you where Swamp Cabbage came from, but I feel like we kind of just got a little of the backstory. It's like a little bit.
Well,
you figured it out, everything.
Let me say this one is not a Swamp Cabbage tune. This is I think you're getting ready to. Are you going to cue up a song called Early in the Morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Early in the Morning is Southern, but it is an old black chain gang work song that I've adapted and kind of done a new version of. We learned about this music in the late 1930s and 1940s when some guys went down into Mississippi and recorded the convicts being forced to work on railroads. And a lot of people don't know, but there was something called a convict leasing system, to where if you were a prisoner down in Mississippi or Alabama or Louisiana, the state government would loan you out to railroad businesses, to highway paving companies. They would essentially lease out their convicts. So imagine the incentive that the government had to keep these men incarcerated. And it was a real business, and they, of course, stopped it. I think they stopped it by the 40s, maybe early 50s, but but this song came from that period. And I'm really trying to give people a little historical background, but behind where this music came from. And when you hear this, I want y'all to think of the groove in this song. And this, in my opinion, is where these grooves of these early black men, these early recordings of these black men working in the fields and this kind of thing, this is where rock and roll came from. these blues recordings and prison work songs is the energy and the force and the uncomplicated simplicity that built rock and roll. And so y'all see for yourself. But I mean, this is a kind of a medium tempo to slow song, but you'll get the energy. And this is one called Early in the Morning. It's my adaptation from my new group that's called the Unlawful Assembly. Thank you.
Thank
Walter,
you.
you're cool as hell, man. All right, we'll be back after this. I love it.
Early in the morning. It's early in the morning. It's early in the morning. Well, it's early in the morning. Baby, when I rise. Well, it's early in the morning. Baby, when I rise. Well, it's early in the morning. Baby, when I rise. You know I have a misery in my right side. Oh, oh, well, you should never told her. You told a dirty lie. Well, you should never told her. You told a dirty lie. Well, you should never told her. You told a dirty lie. The eagle on the dollar, he gonna rise and fly. Oh, 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 takes rocks and gravel to make a solid road. It takes rocks and gravel to make a solid road. It takes rocks and gravel to make a solid road. It takes a good-looking woman to make a good-looking home. Oh, oh, oh,
That was
That
super
was
cool.
Thank you.
amazing. And your voice is so soulful. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it's really important to me to play that old music because it's not only our history but it's our future too. You know, just realizing that no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, I don't care if you come from if you're of African descent, you could come from the Middle East, you could come from Sri Lanka, you could come from anywhere. Everybody can relate to that groove, you know. Everybody can. You can't argue with that groove. It's just so basic. And my point of it is that my point of playing this is that great music like that can bring us together because it's so unifying. That everybody agrees that that music is powerful, and we put aside our differences, um, and I don't know, you know, it's just the mission that I'm on, but and and what I'm doing with my Swamp Cabbage groove and my Swamp Cabbage band is more. It's more Appalachian in nature. You know, I'm taking old reels, old Irish reels, and kind of doing them in a contemporary way. I see no reason to kind of just reenact, you know, old folk music and everything. You know, what's the point of that? I think bringing it into the modern age is, I use a kind of a drum trigger. I took a recording of me play or stomping on the front porch of an old homestead in the swamp, and then I turned that drum sound into an electronic trigger. So it's basically like playing electronic music with acoustic instruments, but the electronic part of it, what came from the source of an old homestead that's in the middle of the swamp, you know, and it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's what I'm doing with Swamp Cabbage, and I hope some of y'all who might be listening can come out and see it this weekend.
I know. I'm really hoping that me and Nick can swing something. I'm gonna have to bribe. No, but I really, and next time you come, I'm gonna really try to be there
Yeah,
because
let's stay in touch.
Yeah, me
and,
too,
you know,
for
we'll stay in
sure.
touch, and yeah. So anyway,
yeah, because I really like your style, and it's so funny because that's so kind of reminded me of the guitar. Like you were saying, you're taking something that was there and kind of repainting it in a new way and bringing it into the modern era. I thought the way that the trombone was used on there was really creative. I love when you kind of went to the little organ solo there, like the little part of that part of the song. I thought it was really cool. The vocals, I mean, of course, your vocals, and I wasn't expecting that. It was really unique, really cool.
Thank you. It's really you know, that a great guitar, a great song, and will kind of guide you. It will the project will kind of play itself if it's the right project. I mean, it won't. I mean that metaphorically. You know, I just when you're working with the right musicians and hanging out with the right people in life. And what I mean by right is that things go smoothly. You don't have to work as hard for it. It doesn't matter if it's being in love or just, you know, just living with somebody or just playing a guitar, you know. It's there if when you're doing the right song and the right project, it starts to unfold a little effortlessly. And you got to pay attention to those moments in life. So anyway, that's what I'm kind of trying to do. So
I love it.
um,
And I was
thank
going
you
to
for
ask
having
you,
me. Yeah.
when you're crafting your songs, do you have like an instrument that is the majority of the inspiration? Like, do you go to this one
Yeah.
when or you play it all?
Nah, yeah, that's a really, really good question. I don't really have at this point, Jimmy. I rarely. I just mostly write music in my head. Like I'll just be walking the dogs or something, and an idea will come to me, and then whatever guitar's around, I'll pick it up and try to manifest it. Give it life. But sometimes there'll be guitars that I don't own. I was in Brooklyn last couple of weekends ago, and there's a guitar on the wall in a store there, and it just kind of played itself a little bit. And I thought, maybe I should get it, um, but at the end of the day, there's you. You change the way you fall in love with instruments and the way you fall in love with tools. It's just like being just like people, you fall in love. You're in love in a different way when you're with somebody in year one than when you are at year three, and but it's still love. It's just you discover different things and you appreciate different things than you did when you first started. And that's the way I feel about the guitars. That red guitar was the one I used in that video, by the way. And I just have it up here to work on it. But
it was cool how you used the microphone too as the slide.
As a slide. Yeah.
That was cool.
I do that occasionally when I'm playing, and the thing, I don't know if it's here. I want to show it to you. Hold on a second.
Sure.
I know you probably want to talk about something else, maybe.
No, we're here to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really want to show this to you. I forgot where I put it. Oh, well.
That's okay. You can take a second. I'll put your links back up.
No, it's okay. Where the heck is it? No, it's got to be around here. Hold on.
Sure. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is the Stereo Joe Show. We're on with Walter Parks right now, and we're getting some really cool stories right now. This guy has done some cool things, been around. Seems like you're in a different place every weekend almost.
Yeah, I keep moving around. The road is important to me. We have these, as artists, we have these fantasies and dreams about how we're connecting with people or how we could connect with people. But the road is the proving ground for me. I take a song out and I'll play it for people, and sometimes, Jimmy, I'll think, well, this song's going to really, really take hold with people, and it doesn't. And then sometimes songs that I don't work that hard on, that don't seem that special to me, those are the ones that people really attach to. And I have to listen to that, and I try to understand why that is. So I do like to play on the road, but maybe a couple of times a year. It's so much work to book the gigs and to publicize them. And then, if I'm going out with other musicians everybody's got to get paid and everything. And I really believe in taking care of my musicians, and the people in the band. I mean, these projects that I'm doing now with Rob Curto on accordion, which is Swamp Cabbage, and Jagoda on drums, we're kind of all partners at this point. We've been doing it a long time. But if I'm working in a situation like the Unlawful Assembly, which is basically a new band, it's kind of my idea, right? So I gotta make sure everybody's taken care of. So that's a different business model. But I wanted to show you this. This is a regular microphone. Look at the way it looks. Everybody's seen those. I painted my name on it. So But when you play slide guitar on a mic that used to be black, it turns out looking like this. All the paint rubs off of it.
Oh, wow.
But that's what this is. That's the one I use in the video. It's just an old Shure microphone.
That's so cool.
And I play slide with it, and the paint just has rubbed off of it.
Wow.
So anyway, that's kind of silly, but
no, please.
That was a good fun fact. That was interesting.
And
anyway.
and I'm gonna ask one more question before I let Nick. But where is one of your favorite states to play in? Like, is there like a certain crowd? Is there one place that's just crazy? Like,
I have to say, I probably love playing down in Florida more than anything, because that's where I grew up, and that's, if I can be, I've never really been asked that before, but I really believe in being honest in an interview and so on. And the people in the deep South, music is kind of, I mean this in a good way, music is kind of processed from the waist down, down south. People just, they got a groove. Like, it's like everybody's just, but up north, if I play for instance, in New England, people will get to that. They'll get to the groove, but they're like this at first. They want to listen to it. They want to listen to the lyrics. They want to know what you're about. Who are you? What do you represent? Now that I'm generalizing here, because it's I get it, and it's to a certain level, everybody's the same everywhere. But for audiences who are used to, what we think of as folk music, like I'm talking about music that's very lyric driven, a lot of that comes from the Northeast, and a lot of, blues and jazz and country music comes from the South, and that's what I'm saying. But so I love playing in Florida more than anywhere. It just feels like home. But cool. I also, I love playing in Spain.
I was going to ask you about Europe.
Yeah, I mean, Spain is. Have y'all ever been there?
No.
I wish.
But, my God, it's for many, many reasons. Spain is just wonderful. Because
like certain region, like Madrid, Barcelona.
No, I mean, yeah, but one tour I did there, I played about 28 gigs in 30 days. So I was moving around, and our agent just we booked us everywhere. And I'll tell you what, here's what Spain is in a short little story. I would play in we played Barcelona, we played Madrid, and we played some of the bigger towns. But I also played these small towns, which I don't know what'd be the equivalent of it in New Jersey or somewhere. I mean, like playing in, like Delaware Water Gap. That little town that's up there off I-80, a little town like that.
Yep.
Okay. I play in a place sometimes I play in places like that, the side in Spain, and 200 people would show up. They don't know who I am. I mean, some people know who I am, but my point is, it didn't matter that they didn't know who you were. If your poster was interesting, or if your music kind of sounded like it was interesting, they were going to show up.
That's cool.
And it was going to be, and then if I play in Madrid, some people know who I am, in Barcelona, and there's a good crowd there. And then a friend of mine, a person I was talking to at South by Southwest in Austin, said, I was telling him about this phenomenon of Spain, I said, no matter every small town I play into, the place is just packed. It's like you'd want rock and roll to really be, it's like the old days of the blues clubs, when you see those pictures of B.B. King in his short pants playing in these packed roadhouses and things. That's what it's like one playing in Spain. And a friend of mine at South by Southwest said, well, the reason they show up to see you, Walt, is because you're a novelty. You're not from Spain. They show up to see. And I go, oh, really? Is that really what it is? I said, okay. So you're saying that anytime somebody's a novelty, that the crowd's just going to be there, right? Oh, yeah, that's true because you're a novelty. I go, oh, how's this? I'm going to take a Spanish band, a band from Spain, and I'm going to take them to a small town in Georgia, a real small town. See how many people show up to see that?
Yeah.
Probably, what, 5?
No one. Yeah.
I love Georgia. I went to school there. I lived in Georgia. But my point is,
I know what you mean.
You get my point. In the United States, we're very brand oriented.
Yes.
You have to have seen it on television, or you have to read. You have to have, it has to have a gazillion hits on YouTube before it's worthwhile. And in Europe, I've found out it's like their curiosity is the gauge. It's the measure. If they're curious, they're going to show up. And so anyway, that's what I love about playing over there. So anyway.
That is really cool. And I've heard stuff like that Europe, Germany, Spain, England, I think too, they appreciate the live music and rock and roll way more than they do in the States here. So I've always wanted to get over there. 28 places in 30 days.
Yeah, I loved it though. I loved it. And it's just that's living to me. I wake up in the morning, I have a cafe con leche and practice a little guitar and get to the next town. I love it. That's living. But,
guys, we gotta start hanging out with Walter. I'll tell you the truth. That sounds like
Yeah, seriously, we're missing out.
Well, y'all stay in touch, and I really appreciate you giving me the chance to share the music a little bit. And I haven't said it enough tonight, but my colleagues in Swamp Cabbage are top-notch musicians. There's an accordion player that I work with who's out of Philadelphia. His name is Rob Curto. And we do stuff with the accordion that we do a version of a Who song, Won't Get Fooled Again, on accordion and guitar and a New Orleans style drum. It blows people's minds. and then I'll play some song that is originally intended to be a banjo song or a fiddle song, and I'll play them on guitar with the New Orleans style drummer and accordion. It just blows people's minds. But it's the band Swamp Cabbage, and I hope y'all can make it out to see us sometime.
Absolutely. And I think I can speak for everybody. You got me inspired. I'm definitely need to experiment and try some new things. And you might be even having me try to paint a guitar one day. I don't know. I'm afraid, but I really want to. And that looks so freaking cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's tricky. Thank you. It's tricky because not all those paints will stick to the guitar, but they all behave in a different way, just like the colors in nature,
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, listen, I hope we can get you back on here soon. And now that we've met, I kind of feel like I might have more, not specialized, but can ask you even more questions to get into your stuff more next time. And I just think we'd have so much to talk about. I feel like we could have you on for 10 hours and still not touch everything.
Yeah, if the COVID lets up, sometime we'll have the band together and we'll just get together. Let's do a special gig or something with the people who listen to the podcast or the broadcast. And y'all are in the Jersey area, basically, or Philadelphia, that area.
Yeah. More Jersey. Nick's over the border in PA there, but he comes here, so we're Jersey crew.
Excellent. Well, I had a place in Jersey City for 15 years, and I love it dearly. Even I never thought I'd live there, but it's a great state, and we still miss it. So thank you for having me. So
Jersey City. Yeah, really. Thank you. And thank you for helping us with that, Remy. That was great. Walter, you're the man. Remy, you're the girl.
Yes, we have to thank Margot, too. Margot really helped set this up. So thank you, Margot, wherever you are. I know you're watching.
Margot, thank you. And Walter, like I said, we're going to talk to you real soon, man. And good luck. And I'm going to really try to see you this weekend. But if not, please let us know when you're up in the area again. Port Jervis. I'm like right between Port Jervis and Jersey City. So those are both perfect places for me to get to.
Yeah. I sure appreciate it. And if y'all have a podcast list or whatever, just let people know I'm coming to town. And I'm saying that Yeah, I want to plug a gig and all this stuff, but I want y'all to know that this is so special. We rarely play. The drummer lives in Utah. The
Oh, wow.
accordion
Whoa.
player, the accordion player lives in Philadelphia. I live in St. Louis. We rarely get together, and we haven't played since the COVID started.
Wow.
And so this is it's a really, really good band, and I'm proud of it. So make it out if you can.
You heard him.
Renee, Jimmy, Nick, thank you so much for having me.
It was a
Walter.
pleasure, Walter.
Absolute pleasure, and we will be in touch. And have a great night. Thanks again.
And say hello to Kyle for me.
Will do.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Wow, he was like the coolest dude ever.
Yeah, that was so fun. I'm glad he came on.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And you know, I didn't think country music. Anytime I saw him, I was thinking like Wild Stallions from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I didn't think he would sound like that.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, yes, yeah.
Yeah, but he was really cool character, and I feel like I could just hang out with that guy and never. Though you know me, I love to talk forever, but I could talk to him forever and ever. So,
Yeah, very
what a
interesting.
great dude. So that was awesome. Kyle, what's up, Margot? Thanks so much. We really appreciate it, guys. I gotta let my guys go to bed. We normally finish an hour earlier, so these guys. I think Nick died.
I know.
Oh,
I was thinking, I thought you kicked him off. I was like, why did you let him go? What are you doing?
Sorry.
My phone just keeps kicking me back to the home screen.
Oh, that wasn't me?
No.
I thought it was. I was like, oh, shit. All right. Well, listen, guys, that's it. We had so much fun. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next Monday. But real quick, go follow Walter Parks. We put all his links up real quick. I'll put them up again real quick. But anyway, oh, Rem, you're like incognito.
You can't see me anymore.
Guys, everyone, before I let you go, I just want to say, go to Spotify and check out Stereo Joe, guys. We got a bunch of new songs there, 17 songs in total. I better see your town listening to them, or I'm going to, guys, for Jimmy James. Wait, I am Jimmy James. For Nick and Remy, this is Jimmy James.